Good morning, boys and girls. This is Mr. Rodriguez from Pre-K 102, who is ready to read your story today. The title of our book on the unit of balls is titled, Let's Talk Basketball. How many of you have ever played basketball? How many of you like to watch basketball? I used to be a lover of basketball. Now I love more baseball, but basketball, there was a time when I used to watch it a lot. I'm from the Michael Jordan era, if people know about that. And what do you know about it? Because this book talks a lot about what you do. Now the question is, what makes balls move? And this book will help you a little bit. Let's have a little nonfiction read aloud, which means it's a real book, a real story, and it's going to teach you something. So before we go into our story, let's learn some vocabulary. All right? So, we have here what it's called a word hunt. Look for these words as you read. They will be in bold. What does that mean? It means those are important words that you should be paying attention when we're reading a non-fiction book. Ready? The first one says foul. Look what the picture of foul looks like. You see how his hands are impeding the player with the ball's hands? When you put that hand over him, impeding him from making his opportunity to put it in the basket, it's called a foul. This right here is called the backboard. This right here. You also have here jump shot. Jump shot, if you see it very carefully, and you'll see it later in the story, it's about having that opportunity to put the ball in the net. We also have court. This is the area of the basketball court. We actually have one at Pre-K Uniondale in Shubert. This is the person who is considered as the official. Official means he's going to toss the ball up in the air, and once he does, whoever hits it first starts the game. What makes it move is also this, dribbling. Dribbling is one thing that we consider as a skill to develop and make it better in basketball. And slam dunk. One of the famous expressions that has been heard for so many years, but people love to see in basketball games. Slam dunks don't happen all the time, but it's really important to have them. It's part of what we consider the awesomeness of basketball. Ready? So here we go. Jump ball. It's time to play basketball. A jump ball starts the game. An official throws the ball into the air. Then one player from each team tries to tip the ball to her teammates. The jump ball that starts the game is called the opening tip. Now, some of you have seen men play basketball, but that's not true anymore. Now you see women, girls playing basketball. Okay. A player bounces the ball as he moves on the court. That's called dribbling. Some players are so good they can dribble the ball between their legs. And that is how you move the ball. In basketball, you move the ball while you're on the court and you're dribbling. You see that? Players can use only one hand at a time to dribble. Now you're in pre-K, that might be a little hard to develop, but do you see this kid? He is small, just about your size. So I think you can do it too. Players pass the ball to their teammates. They want to move the ball closer to the basket so their team can score. Sometimes a player from the other team grabs the ball away. That's called a steal. A player passes the ball in a game of wheelchair basketball. So it's not only people who stand and run who play basketball. We also see it in people on wheelchairs. And these are women on wheelchairs. There are men on wheelchairs that play basketball, and there are women who play on wheelchairs. Foul. A foul means someone broke a rule. You are not allowed to kick, push, or hold another player. If players get too many fouls, they are out of the game. The official blows its whistle when he sees a foul. So you can see it right there, and you can see it over here. As again, a foul is when you break a rule. You're either kicking or pushing or holding another person when they have the ball. A player shoots the ball. He misses. It didn't even get close to the basket. That's an air ball. Sometimes the ball only hits the backboard or the rim. That's called a brick. So, air ball in basketball, many shots do not go in the basket. And that happens to every single player, not just the professional basketball players. Okay, it happens to everybody at some point. Now, a player jumps in the air and shoots the ball. This is called a jump shot. The ball goes in the basket. She scores. This player jumps as high as she can to shoot the ball. And that's why you need to wear sneakers. You don't wear shoes when you're playing basketball. You wear sneakers. They help you push yourself up and jump. Just like when you're jumping when you're doing gross motor, same way, but this is basketball. Sometimes a player jumps so high he touches the rim. He stuffs the ball into the basket with his hands. That's a slam dunk. It's one of the most exciting shots of the game. And it happens a lot. And back in my era, it was Michael Jordan. He used to stick his tongue out when he used to do that. I don't know if your parents used to remember that, but I used to remember that a lot. The basketball scoreboard. There's 1 point, 2 points, and 3 points. Okay? Did you know you always have to get the ball into the hoop to score, but not all baskets are worth the same number of points. Free throws. Sometimes a player gets a free throw if the other team gets a foul. If the ball goes in, she scores 1 point. Most shots in basketballs are worth 2 points. 3-point shots. If a player shoots a basket from behind the 3-point line, he gets 3 points instead of 2. And that's what you see in the game between the 2 and the 3. It's exciting when you watch it. 4 famous basketball players of history. We have Wilt Chamberlain, who is from Long Island. He's from Roosevelt. Michael Jordan, my favorite. Cynthia Cooper, and Lisa Leslie. You always will have some of those glossaries in the back of your nonfiction book, and it's the end. So, how do we make balls move? In basketball, you have to be on the court and you have to what? Dribble. Dribbling is what makes the ball move. Think about basketball, right? Well, let's think about baseball or football or tennis or golf. What makes that ball move? That should be your question. Don't forget to continue using your journals to write in and draw pictures. Write your full name like I've seen before, and lots of details. I will see you in the next video for math. Until then, have a great day.